So for my terrariums, I decided to use some old pickle jars and replant some cactuses in them. Uh, One's a barrel cactus. I'm not sure what this one is exactly, but I got both of them thinking they'd fit in one jar and kind of underestimated how big my jars were. I used jars just because I had a bunch lying around and I didn't actually have any 2-liter bottles. Figured it would be a suitable replacement. And a little nicer, too. I'd probably use this at the start of a 5e lesson to teach so that students kind of have an example of, say, desert plants that they can pick up and move around. And this way they can actually, look up close at a cactus without, risking pricking themselves. Was it challenging? This one was the second one I made. It was a little easier. This was the first time I ever tried repotting something. I think I put too much soil in to begin with, and it was a little taller than I intended. And that one didn't have any needles, so that was nice. This one has lots of needles, but they're soft, so it wasn't bad. It was just annoying. As for these being closed, I'm not convinced that these can actually survive if the whole thing is closed up like this. If there was an insect or some little lizard or something in here maybe that was, breathing and replenishing the carbon dioxide for the plants, I think they could survive for a long time. And cactuses don't use very much water, so they'd probably be fine on that front. I may have even put a bit too much water into them. But I think, if I'm going to have these last long term, I should probably take the lids off, make use of them as just decorations. But in class, I think they'd be perfectly fine with the lids on. They'd be, totally serviceable. Let's see if we can get a bit of a better picture here. There you go. Looks much better without having the kind of foggy glass there in the sky. Let's see. This is awkward with one hand. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, very pretty. So I think, this might actually be a new hobby of mine, so yeah, it's quite nice. Definitely looking forward to see how they grow. And probably gonna wind up having to repot these if they end up growing any bigger, but still. Oh, I forgot to mention how I made them. So they've got, can I see? You can barely see them on that one. There's some rocks that I put in at the bottom as a drainage. And then I put in a layer of soil, and then I just put the cactuses in, and I packed soil in until it was, more or less level. And then I just poured some water in to soften it up, packed it down a bit further, and boom, there you go. That's all it took. Yeah. Definitely gonna keep these as decorations. Might actually do a few more, because I have plenty of jars. Thank you very much for watching.